Karen's audacity reached an absurd and shocking level when a hotel manager kicked out a Republican guest for wearing a MAGA hat, assuming that her influence and boldness could dictate actions beyond her rightful authority. What she did not anticipate was that the man she humiliated was the new owner of the hotel, turning her audacious interference into immediate embarrassment and consequence. It began on a busy weekend morning when the hotel lobby was bustling with guests checking in. Karen, fueled by entitlement, personal bias, and audacious confidence, confronted the Republican guest wearing the MAGA hat, claiming it violated the inclusive policies she believed she could enforce. She demanded that he leave, asserting authority that she did not legally possess. The audacity of Karen's actions was staggering. She assumed boldness and aggression could override both property rights and common sense. The guest, calm but firm, resisted her demands politely, explaining that he had every legal right to remain on the premises. Karen, undeterred by reason, relied solely on the power of intimidation and audacious assertion. What she did not know was that this guest was the new owner of the hotel, having recently purchased the property through legitimate channels. His ownership gave him ultimate authority, and Karen's attempt to assert control directly challenged his rights. Her audacity, which she assumed would intimidate, had unknowingly targeted the wrong person. As Karen continued to demand compliance, the guest revealed his ownership, presenting documents that confirmed his authority over the hotel. The audacity that had emboldened her to act aggressively instantly collided with reality. Her boldness had no legal grounding and left her exposed to embarrassment in front of staff, guests, and the public. Hotel staff and onlookers, who had previously observed Karen's pattern of intimidation and overreach, watched in disbelief as her audacity crumbled. The man she tried to oust calmly but firmly asserted his authority, explaining that her interference was both inappropriate and legally baseless. Karen's boldness, which relied entirely on intimidation, became the source of immediate humiliation. Karen, realizing her audacious misstep, attempted to argue, claiming she was protecting the hotel's policies. Her attempts were met with polite but firm rejection. The staff, now aware of her lack of authority, refused to comply with her aggressive demands, further exposing her audacity as reckless overreach. The Republican guest, now fully recognized as the hotel owner, calmly escorted Karen out of the lobby. Security cameras documented every moment. Her bold attempts at control, her aggressive gesturing, and the final humiliation as she was removed. Her audacity, intended to intimidate and enforce compliance, had become the primary evidence of her recklessness and entitlement. By afternoon, the incident had drawn attention from the community. Word of Karen's audacious and misplaced boldness spread rapidly, highlighting her pattern of overreach, entitlement, and reckless behavior. She had attempted to assert authority where she had none and paid the price through public humiliation and exposure. Reflecting on the incident, the lesson was unmistakable. Audacity, when untempered by legality, awareness, and respect for others' rights, is self-defeating. Karen's bold attempt to enforce imagined authority in the hotel lobby had spectacularly failed, leaving her accountable, exposed, and humiliated. By evening, hotel operations returned to normal. The Republican guest maintained his rightful authority, and Karen's audacity became a cautionary tale for the community. Her reckless boldness, meant to intimidate, had collapsed under reality, preparation, and lawful authority. Karen's audacious attempt, intended to manipulate, control, and assert dominance, had instead ensured exposure, public embarrassment, and a clear lesson in the limits of entitlement and aggression. Boldness without understanding or legal standing, as Karen had discovered, collapses immediately when faced with rightful authority and accountability. Her audacity, once a feared tool of manipulation, had become her greatest liability, leaving the community to witness firsthand that reckless aggression and entitlement always come at a price.